Welcome to Live, Breathe Yoga, a show dedicated to inspiring your practice and elevating your mind, body, and soul. Today, we give the Neti Pot a try in our case study. Coming up later in the show, get your mats ready for Strike a Pose, where I will be going through postures you can add to your personal practice. Don't forget to stay tuned for Yoga Bites, where we share our recipe of the day. We have a great show in store for you today, so stay with us after the break for case study. Pranayama is a beautiful part of your yoga practice. It keeps you present and helps to expand your lungs, giving you space to move deeper into your postures. Also known as victorious breath, you can find Ujjayi breath by creating a restricted feeling at the back of your throat. On your inhale, it feels like you're about to snore with your mouth closed. On your exhale, it feels like you're yawning with your mouth closed. Once you connect with Ujjayi breath, you will hear a slightly audible sound at the back of your throat, almost like a hissing sound. This is a heating pranayama that not only detoxifies, but also enhances the supply of oxygen to the entire body. It can be practiced with asana and meditation. Welcome back. In today's case study, we're practicing a kriya or cleansing technique known as Jala Neti. This technique clears your sinuses of clogged impurities. These impurities can cause inflammation, infection, and sometimes headache. We're gonna get right into it. I have it set up here already with the warm distilled water, salted water at that. What you wanna do is tilt your head to the side, make sure you're either over a sink or a bowl like this. Now, you're placing the spout of the nostril in the top nostril. So as you place it, this is the most vulnerable I've been on television, so please forgive me if this is something that you cannot stomach. Mind you, this is a beautiful cleansing technique. Now, what's gonna happen is I'm placing this spout inside my left nostril so that it actually runs out of my right nostril into this bowl. What you also want to remember is to keep your mouth open so that you can allow for that passageway. When you're connecting with this technique, you want to fill the neti pot and do one nostril with a full neti pot and then the opposite nostril with another full neti pot. And of course, you want to keep a towel close by so you can wipe up any drool or kalangot. I remember practicing this in India. And what had happened is I didn't tilt my head properly, so I actually felt like I was drowning. So this is another thing to bear in mind when you're practicing it. Give it a couple tries, tilt your head around so you can find that sweet spot. So I'm gonna do it now, I'm gonna stop solving. Ready? See what happens when I talk? It spurts. I did it. So it's good to have a towel close by so that you can wipe your nose afterwards. Now, when I did practice this in India, one of the practices that we finished the Jala Neti with was exhaling through your nose, so you can also get all of the water in the back of your sinus cavity out of your nose. So I'm gonna do this off camera because it's a little bit gross, but what you're gonna do at home is exhale through your nose. I just did it, so there's kalangot everywhere, but that's okay, that's all part of it. So I don't really mind showing you this because it's all part of the practice. In any case, you want to ensure that you're exhaling using Kapalabhati breathing. So exhaling through your nose, over the sink, over a bowl, just to get all of the water out of your nose, essentially. What you will need: a neti pot, warm distilled water, salt, a bowl or sink, and a towel. And that's pretty much it. You want to do both nostrils so you can get the clarity from both sides. Make sure you have a towel. Make sure that your head is tilted one side to the next. Find that sweet spot. And coming up next, we have Strike a Pose, where I'm going to take you through detoxifying yoga postures. Welcome back. While we try to maintain a healthy diet and a balanced lifestyle, sometimes we can get sidetracked and we can kind of end up feeling a little bit yucky. Totally okay, because fortunately, there are some detoxifying postures that you can add to your personal practice. We're gonna start with cat-cow pose. In cat-cow pose, the girls are gonna come down to the earth in tabletop position with their hands shoulder-width apart, knees hip-width apart, and the tops of their feet kissing the earth. This posture, this sequence allows you to awaken your spine and prepare your body for some activity. So inhale, roll your shoulders down your back, let your belly melt to the earth. And on your exhale, curl your spine to the sky, drop your head, tuck your tailbone, press the floor away from you so you can feel that stretch at your shoulders. Inhale, Inhale, slowly roll your shoulders down your back. And exhale, curl your spine to the sky. You can do this 3 or 4 times, depending on how you feel that day, following your breath. And then gently from here, coming into a neutral position. From here, the girls are gonna sit back onto their heels and extend their legs forward. We're now gonna connect to Marichi's pose. Now in Marichi C, they're gonna bend their right knee, making sure that their pinky toe is in line with the outside of the hip, and that will give you a nice solid foundation. Flexing the left foot, finding length from your tailbone to the top of your head. Place your right hand behind your back, left hand up to the sky, inhale, and then on your exhale, take your left elbow over your right knee. Something to be mindful of when you're connecting with a twist like this is to make sure that your knee stays above your heel, and you can find that by pressing into all 3 points of your right foot. Sometimes what can happen as you move into a twist is that your knee starts to draw inwards. This is normal. Actively pressing that knee outwards will help you come deeper into the twist. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, come deeper into the twist. Being mindful of what's happening to the opposite leg. Left foot is flexed, facing your big toe up to the sky. Now Feng has a little bit more movement in her spine, so I'm gonna get her to find the bind, to find the full expression of the posture. Reaching for the bind behind the back. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears, length from your tailbone to the top of your head on your inhale. Exhale, gently twist. And again, she's keeping her foot nice and flexed. Staying here again for 3 to 5 deep breaths, observing how your body connects with posture deeper. This is a great posture because it detoxifies your abdominal organs. And gently from here, release, facing forward. Now, in your personal practice, you're gonna connect with both sides, but for the sake of television, we're just gonna do the one side. Now, we're gonna bend our knees, take your feet mat width apart, connecting now with Mermaid twist pose. Now this is a gentle twist that allows you to connect with a tonic for your spine and again, your abdominal organs. Lengthen your spine, inhale. On your exhale, allow both knees to melt to the left, sitting up onto your left hip. Make sure that your left heel is touching your right knee. Take your left hand to the back side of your mat, right hand to the top side of your left knee rather. Lengthen, inhale, and exhale, gaze towards the back wall if it's available. You can see along their obliques this beautiful twist. Slow, deep inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Taking time with your practice, taking time as you move through any posture so you can really see the difference between how it feels when you've started the posture into the end of the posture. And gently squaring your shoulders off to the front of your mat. From here, taking your hands underneath your knees, rocking back, and up onto your feet. We're gonna connect now with a chair pose twist. So standing at the top of your mat with your toes together, heels just slightly apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingertips across the mat to come into a chair pose. Being mindful in your chair pose, you want to shorten the distance between your lower rib cage and your pelvic bone. Draw your lower abdomen in towards your spine, weight is in your heels. You should be able to lift your toes and then melt them gently into the earth. Maintaining this height with your hips, inhale. On your exhale, take your right elbow over your left knee. When you're coming into a chair pose twist, be mindful that your right knee is going to want to jet forward. So look down at your knees and draw your right knee back in line with your left. Slow, deep inhale. Exhale to twist. This is a great posture because you're also feeling a nice burn in your thighs, awakening the muscles in your thighs. This twist will, again, connect you with some detoxifying with your organs, your abdominal organs. Again, finding 3 to 5 breaths in the posture. Inhale, come back up into an upright position. And on your exhale, sweep your hands up above your head. Come into a forward fold. I'm going to take the girls down into Locust Pose to the earth. Inhale, flat back. with a vinyasa. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into a high plank, and gently lower chaturanga all the way down to the earth. As you come down to the earth, take your hands down to your sides with your palms facing the earth, forehead to the earth to start. From here, peel your head and shoulders off of the earth, lift your legs, keep both legs nice and straight, and reach your fingertips towards the back wall. In this posture, the pressure of your abdomen against the earth, again, aids in digestion. And this posture is great because it also strengthens both your upper and lower back. And gently from here, take your hands underneath your shoulders as you melt down to the earth, pressing back into a child's pose, reaching your fingertips forward. Again, just giving yourself some time to relax the spine. When you release your twists, fresh blood and nutrients rush back into your digestive organs. These postures detoxify your entire system by primarily massaging your internal organs, encouraging the elimination of toxins. And gently come back up into a seated position, easy seated pose for the end of our practice. I want to thank Kristy and Feng for demonstrating today. Next week, we connect with aerial yoga postures. Namaste. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. Sometimes you can build your meal based on what you want to taste. I did that with this recipe. Pan fry these yummy ingredients and remember to breathe while you eat. If you have a favorite recipe, or if there is a holistic or Ayurvedic technique that you'd like me to try out, feel free to share it with me on my Facebook page listed right here. Next week, we discover sensory deprivation tanks and explore the practice of aerial yoga. Thank you for watching. Namaste.